Please welcome our next contestant, Fidelma Greene, with a speech entitled From Control to Surrender. With a speech entitled From Control to Surrender. Please welcome Fidelma Greene.
The hand that rocks the cradle can rock the system. Mr. Contest Chair. These are the words from Mary Robinson when she was elected our first woman President of Ireland. She was thanking the women of Ireland for helping her to get elected. Mary continues her work about changing the world. She started as the President of Ireland. She is now trying to empower women around the world to become leaders. And this is becoming a very common conversation. Did you hear it in the media last week? On Women's International Day on Friday, just in case the men didn't know anything about it. Did you hear the report? It was in the Mail. It asks you to imagine what if women were leading the world. I see the men are all very happy. But tonight I want to give you a different angle on this story. So men, you can relax in your seats. I'm not a raving feminist. I'm not going to start a revolution. I'm not going to burn my bra. Sorry. But what I am going to give you is my insight into a different way. This is the way the new leaders will change the world going forward. Tonight, I want you to keep an open mind to what I'm going to talk about. As a female leader in the 90s and up until 2002, when I reflected back to myself as a leader, I noticed I had very male qualities. I had 3 of them. I was very driven. I was very task-focused. Is it starting to sound familiar, boys? And I was very action-orientated. These are very strong male qualities. Some women have them as well, and I did have them. And they actually helped me to succeed quite a lot, climbing that corporate ladder. So they served me well. But they didn't always serve me well. When I was faced with change, I didn't use what you call the left brain, the masculine energy. I had to switch over to the right brain, to the feminine energy. See, all of us have this. We have the masculine and we have the feminine. But not all of us know how to use it. I didn't. All those years in corporate, I didn't know that I was very focused on the male, on my left brain. See, our schools used to teach us very logical thinking, reasoning things out. In our early days, we didn't have that creativity. They're starting to change the education system now, though, because they know it. So I thought I was in control all those years. I thought that I had it all sussed. I was that strong manager. I did get results, but I had to learn a different way. When I was faced with change, it was in September, 29th of September 2005. I became a mother. Oh my God, my world turned upside down. Nobody told me what was going to happen to me. I lost control. I remember in the rotunda, the second day after I had the baby, this kind lady was coming in. I think she counselled first-time mums on having babies. I was 40 now. I was used to being in control. And I said, I'll have it all sorted when I go home. You know, this breastfeeding and this baby lark. I'll sort it like a project, like I used to do in work. And she sat on the end of the bed and she smiled at me. And she says, Fidelma, I have to tell you, your life will never be the same again. And it was so true. My life never was the same again. But I had started to use the more right brain. I had no choice. I had young children. So we have the left brain and the right brain. So I had survived using one side of my brain for most of my life, and now I had to. I had no choice but to change and use my right brain. Children do that here. So change sometimes is forced upon us. Our worlds get turned upside down. And we have a choice. We can either fight it or we can go with it. You can surrender, like I had to do. I had to just give up. I forgot about the shop and I left it to my husband. I forgot about cleaning the house and got on with the children. Then I had twins, and geez, I had to do it on the double. Not the breastfeeding, I used to stick the bottles in there. Now, I want you to think, this got me reflecting there was a lot of discussion last Friday about women leaders coming on board, but I see it differently. What I see is that the real leaders, I was driven by my ego for a long time and I didn't know it, but I had to learn to let go of that ego. I had to learn to surrender to being a mom. So when you look back over the years of all the collapse of the banking system, the collapse of the religious institutions, all the secrets that have come out about abuse, those leaders thought they were in control for all these years. But they weren't in control at all. Look what happened. The whole foundation came out from underneath it. Because they were being driven by their ego. This is my belief, because I've experienced it myself. So they need to surrender, to let go of the ego, to go beyond that ego. This is my vision for the future. So many of you are asking, and there's many people that are talking about this out there now, they're saying, what if there had been more Lehman sisters than Lehman brothers? Would we have had the same problems? And some are saying, no, you wouldn't. But I'm saying, well, if they had been driven by their ego and they were Lehman sisters, we probably would have had the same problem, because we're driven by their ego. But what I'm saying now is that the future is going to rely on the people who have the courage to let go of their ego. So yes, we will have more female leaders, but it's a balance. This is about a balance between feminine and masculine. Men and women are going to work together in the future. They're going to work together to find new solutions. But they have to go beyond the ego. The creative part of our brain has all the solutions if we're willing to go there. So this is what our future is about. And as Albert Einstein said, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Tonight, I want you to use your imagination. I want you, don't think about how we're going to do it. Just see the future. Men and women equally changing the world. Mr. Contest Chair.
Thank you, Fidelma. And again, we'll take 1 minute for the judges to fill out their ballot.